What do we want it to be? Do we want it to be EDM? What kind of style?
No,
80s?
it's more like 80s synth pop.
Hey everybody, this is Prompt and Circumstance. My name's David,
And I'm Elon.
and today we're gonna make a new theme song. All right, so what's happening is that we are using what is called loyalty-free music in our podcast. And that sometimes gets flagged as copyright because it is, somebody else's work, but they just let us use it for free. And that made me think maybe we ought to just generate our own music.
And now a word from this week's sponsor, Querio. Have you ever lost time asking data teams for answers to your product questions? With Querio's AI agent, you simply ask those questions directly, and you'll get instant answers and beautiful visuals that will allow you to make informed decisions about your product. You can try it today by going to querio.ai and let them know that Elon and David sent you for 2 months free. That's $1,000 value.
And this is tied with the fact that Suno, which is an AI music making application, was recently valued at $2.45 billion in the most recent round of a $250 million.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible numbers. I will note that was post-money valuation, so it's more like 2.2.
That's true. Yes. So I thought, hey, let's go try this out and see how it goes. So what did I do first? Well, I looked up what makes for a good Suno prompt. Right. And so what we all should be doing when using a system like this is go and look for good sources that would help guide your understanding and perhaps an LLM's understanding of what makes for a good prompt. So Suno, you don't prompt it like you would GPT or Gemini or Claude. It's
Why
different.
is that?
Well, because it's very geared towards making music, and so it has certain expectations in terms of certain keywords, things that you would say, and it really takes things literally, apparently. And so I think being more precise with the language is going to be important here.
I do think this is something in general that people should think about. The more we use AI, yes, the frontier models will be able to work around the understanding of what exactly do you mean. But in general, you get better results the more precise your language is. And English is the richest language in the world. So there is almost certainly a word out there that precisely means what you want to say. And finding that exact word can make a big difference for getting the results that you want from any LLM. But curious to see how that goes with Suno.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I mean, with image generation, for example, there's certain key terms that come from photography that somebody might really want to know if they want to generate exactly the image they want. Terms like bokeh, to generate that kind of portrait effect.
Right.
So let's have a look at how this goes. What do we want it to be? Do we want it to be EDM? What kind of style?
No,
80s?
it's more like 80s synth pop. I would describe the vibe as upbeat lo-fi hip hop, whose uncle is EDM.
All right. So we're going to ask NotebookLM for a prompt for an introduction song of length 30 seconds. It's a lo-fi hip hop song blended with EDM characteristics. Now here I've got all these different sources of what works well. They all come from websites. And in fact, there's also one YouTube video there where somebody walks through that. So let's see how this goes. So, all right. So here it's given us a table of all the different parts of the song. I gotta say, I didn't actually read these these articles a whole lot. So I don't know if I just copy paste the various different sections together or what. Look, why don't we hop into Suno and see what our options are.
Sounds good.
All right, so here we are in Suno, and I've created our account for prompt and circumstance. I like how the username PNC podcast was available.
This is giving Spotify.
Yeah, that certainly makes a lot of sense. All right, let's come here and go to create. So we're going to create a song, presumably. All right, so there's a song description. And here we have the 65 credits that we've got. And so I can either do simple or custom. Oh, look at that. So if I do custom, I can control the audio, the lyrics, the persona, inspiration, styles, and then there's some advanced options here as well. Vocal gender, lyrics mode, and so on. Okay. Weirdness. How weird do you want the song to be? Okay, well, let's go back
Sounds
to...
like temperature.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go back to what we've got here. So there's meta tags, and I'm trying to figure out where we put that in. There's genre. I think it would be in the styles area. Yeah, so there's styles here, which is just everything in comma separated.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just dump this into here. So genre is lo-fi, chill wave, melodic house hybrid. The mood is warm, cinematic, and atmospheric. Tempo is 88 beats per minute. Vocal style, actually, I don't want vocals. I'll just remove that.
Maybe just write no vocals.
Okay, let's do no vocals.
Or maybe
I feel like it's just instrumental. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'll just say instrumental. Energy/structure is slow build, punchy drop. Oh, I like that. All right.
Love a punchy drop.
Punchy drop, yes. Song title. So say prompt and circumstance.
Theme.
Prompt and circumstance intro theme. No, NotebookLM gave me a lot more here that I'm not sure where I put it. There's an intro, there's a build, and then there's a drop.
Go back to Suno.
The stuff up here is for me to upload.
Oh, I see. And you need to be a pro.
And you need to be a pro.
All right. Well, let's just see what happens with this.
Okay. All right. Let's see how this goes.
One thing I've noticed, it looks like they've fixed it now, or it's at least doing a little bit better now. In the past with Suno, you'd click create and nothing would happen in the UI to indicate that it was processing your request. Now it seems like you click it once and it gives you 4 different results.
Yeah. And I noticed that 2 of these are a V5 preview. Now our model selection was V4.5 all, which is apparently the best free model.
Mm-hmm.
These things still seem to be generating. I see a spinner here. Let's see if I can play anything. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I think we should shorten these things up so that the drop comes sooner. Not as punchy of a drop as I would like. Yeah.
Yeah. What about those V5?
Yeah, let's see how this goes. I like that.
I like that too.
All right, last one.
This one doesn't quite crescendo in the same way.
I was hoping for a drop somewhere. I guess I missed it. So, I mean, number 3, really, that to me was the winner.
Yeah, to me that was the winner, followed closely by number 1.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to download that so that we could use it going forward, looks like we'd have to upgrade.
Well, we got to upgrade for the full song. Joke's on them. We only want half of it. Okay, well, hang on. I clicked into the song. Oh, here's the download button. Download as MP3. Do we not want commercial rights? Nah, anybody can use it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You can all be prompted circumstance.
I think I was able to grab it. Yeah.
Amazing.
I got it. So there we go. We have a new intro theme. Let's poke around Suno a little bit more. There's something really interesting here that I found, and that has to do with the fact that we have a limited number of credits. So we burned 10 credits, making those 4 songs.
Doesn't seem that bad. How much do credits cost?
Let's have a look. So if you want 2,500 credits, which is 500 songs, and that's $11 a month if you pay annually.
Got it.
That's not bad. That's pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
What I was thought was interesting is that here, if you want to earn more credits, you can come here to listen and rank. And this is the HF of the RLHF, I suppose. So human feedback. So you can see here that what you can do is listen for credits, as in you compare two versions of the same song that Suno has generated. You let it know which one's better. And by giving that human feedback, you get 5 credits, which is, I guess, good enough for a song, a 1-minute song. So here's how it looks like. All right, so we've got 2 clips. Clip A. Okay, and now here's clip B. And then you go ahead and you choose which one is better. Now you can keep listening to them over and over again. Maybe we can say that B is better. There we go. So select B, submit, and there we go. We have we're going to have 5 credits pending once we're done here. So it's going to automatically move you on to the next song. So coming back here, 5 credits pending.
Hey, that's not bad.
That's pretty good. I mean, imagine if Lovable or Replit did something similar, where you would vote on different versions of the same site.
Yeah, it's very cool and a great way to create a viral loop for somebody without necessarily charging them money, but still getting value from them. We've talked about in a previous episode with Chef and me about a value exchange from a product and the customer. And here the product is getting your feedback for a song you might never have listened to. And meanwhile, you get another song that you can create.
Yeah, that's right. So that's Suno. I thought that was really interesting. Let's try it out, see how that song goes.
Yeah.
As part of our podcast.
David, we should mention briefly about controversy surrounding Suno from the music industry. I think you've talked about this in the past. You know what's going on?
Yeah. So it wouldn't be surprising if Suno trained their models using copywritten music.
That's right.
Is that what you're getting at? Yeah.
Yeah. So they've actually been sued by the Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, on behalf of Sony Music Entertainment, Universal Music Group, and Warner Records for copyright infringement. And specifically, part of the claim says that they stream ripped music from platforms like YouTube. So they basically played these songs in YouTube, grabbed the audio from them, and then used that audio to train their models without giving any credit or money to the artists. I will say that this may be a bit rich coming from Sony Music, Warner Records, and Universal Music Group, who don't necessarily have the greatest records of treating artists as fairly as possible across their whole histories. But in general, even if there's record labels trying to keep money in their own pockets, some of that would eventually go back to the artist. And that was actually the big unlock for Spotify, 10 years ago, was not the technology for people to stream audio online, but actually how do you attribute some of that listen back to the record industry and to the artists who created the songs.
Yeah. It makes me think about the image generating models when they got really good this year, and how they were able to create very close to infringing images, right? Like, we think about the Miyazaki style,
right?
And things like Nintendo characters. So yeah, this is across the board with all these AI tools.
Yeah. One funny story is that in Sora, the image generation app from ChatGPT, using Sora 2 as the model, I had a warning come up for potential copyright infringement for a prompt that I gave it, saying that this seemed like it was close to some copyrighted material. So I added the word original to my prompt, and that completely bypassed the copyright protection.
Maybe the copyright protection is AI driven, And
That's
so
right.
it sees that word in there. It's, oh, yeah. Oh, I guess so. Sounds right to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that wraps it for this episode.
All right. Well, with that, you can always leave us a like and a review. It really helps out the podcast. And we'll see you next week.
See you next time.